I hunt in South Carolina right out of the gate, opening week or the first couple of weeks. We got hit with the Hurricane Helene in 2024.
They've got a lot of stuff going on down here. Not looking good for the home team here in South Carolina this year after this.
This episode is brought to you by Baronet Blinds.
Every year we spend our spring and summers preparing and dreaming about the possibilities for the hunting season to come. Sometimes those dreams come true. We get to experience exciting hunts, harvest our target animals, and then there are those seasons that nothing goes as planned. In this episode, Dell Samples has one of those challenging seasons where everything is turned upside down before it even starts. Hurricane Helene tore through the southeast and devastated his South Carolina hunting property. Dell tries to make the most of it while also introducing his wife April to hunting. Let's see if he can overcome the odds to put some meat in the freezer.
The hurricane come through 1st of September, and we've never seen anything like it in this area. Loads of rain, heavy winds. I mean, you're talking blowing over 100, 150-year-old oak trees to just uprooting them, washing out roads, houses getting damaged. Western North Carolina got impacted so bad that it washed whole regions out up there. Our area, we got demolished with bridges being washed out, roads being washed out, tons of flood. I couldn't even get on the property for a little bit just because trees were down on the driveway to get in.
It's the Saturday after Helene. We'll head down to the farm and see what kind of damage it's done. One of the cameras that I have up, the tree that it's on is actually laid down, so I'm getting sideways pictures. The Western North Carolina community got devastated. Me and April was actually in Gatlinburg, Pigeon Forge area when this was happening. It's hard to describe what we saw. I mean, I know people were being able to see it online and on the news and stuff, seeing it firsthand. Our hearts go out to those people, praying for those people in that area, region.
When that storm come through, it took whole towns, washed out roads, bridges.
They're going to be rebuilding for a long time.
It put in perspective that you don't know what you're going to have the next day. You know, you could wake up tomorrow and not have anything like those people did, and we were grateful that we didn't have a lot of damage, but we're also able to help people in our area as well.
I've made it down here to the farm. Landowner, his name's David. He had a couple pretty good trees fall right there around his house. The corn that he's got planted, he uses it to feed his cattle. It looks pretty rough too. I know his combine's messed up. He's been trying to get it fixed so he can get it cut, but I don't know how much he'll be able to salvage out of this. But I'm going to get my stuff unloaded and start making my rounds, checking stands, got my harness with me. Hopefully all those are good. Check the ground blinds. Maybe they get blown away. Got one that I don't see in a camera anymore on the pictures, but I'm hoping that when that tree fell, it just kind of covered it up. So, yeah. It's gonna be a long day.
Was really heartbroken on the way everything laid out for us. Our hunting property got hit pretty hard. A lot of trees got knocked over. We wasn't able to get in the driveway because of the trees. The landowner had some trees fall on a lot of his buildings, had one fall on his house, and he had to have tree tree companies come in and actually move all that stuff with cranes because they were massive trees.
They've got a lot of stuff going on down here. I've got a stand that's right here. I can see it. It's in good shape, but I'm gonna step over to it. I've got a camera right there at it. Kind of see what I can do about it. Might not be much I can do. If I can get over there from right here, but stand. Well, we would typically come in right over there. There's a tree laying down in the way. Not looking good for the home team here in South Carolina this year after this. Stand there. Okay. Mineral sites right under that. I'm gonna see if I can't cut a little bit of that out of the way right quick. Yeah. All this was big hardwood. Big oak down right there. Wow. And I just pulled in, so. Camera right here. We'll get it pulled off a tree. Fortunately, it didn't, it's hard to do one. Fortunately, it didn't land on it. Fortunately, I have another tree right here I can just put it on. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna put it on that tree right there, pointing back in the same direction, watching this corner, watching this part of the roadbed. So tremendous amount of damage. They're gonna have days and days and days of work to do to even try to get back to somewhat of a normal. But anyway, we'll get this put on that tree, cut a limb, and move on to the next one.
Time, dedication, and hard work paved the way for hunting success. Redmond is here to fuel, enhance, and season every step of the journey.
This segment is brought to you by Redmond, the makers of Trophy Rock, Real Salt, and Relight.
Guys, this is the ground blind that we just put out not too long ago. We haven't even got to sit in it yet. We put this out for April, as we've got a ladder stand over here in this corner, and the deer were cutting up through here. She's not comfortable being in the stands, and I'm 100% fine with that. She's not comfortable, so I'm not going to put her in that. So we put this ground blind here. Big storm come through. Trail camera's over there. Got a tactic cam right at the base of that tree, and the ground blind's here, and then it's gone. So I was hoping this treetop was just kind of laying on it. Now, it's laying on it all right. I'll get in here so you can see. Chair survived. I don't think the ground blind did. It looks like I've already got some busted poles. So. I'm gonna rehydrate. Got some of the Relight hydration. It's the lemon lime. This is from the Redmond Life line of Redmond Hunt, Trophy Rock, all their trophy, mineral rock and mineral salts and stuff, but they have a consumer side of it for spices, consumable salt, table salt, stuff like that, but this is their Relight. What I like about it is no sugar. I'm diabetic, so I have to watch that. This right here is pretty good for that, for the guys that are diabetic. So out here going through the property, looking at damage from the storm. Got to stay hydrated. Like I said, it being sugar-free, that's a major plus for me being diabetic. So, man, good and cold, great taste. Keep me hydrated while I'm out here doing this work. Got some more stuff to do, and we're gonna run through it. Keep it cold because it's good. As you can see, we got this thing out. Now we're going to see if it's got broken poles. Well, I was able to get our blind out, which is a major plus. Step in here and I'll show you what very little damages I have with it being pinned down to the ground by a pretty good sized tree. So two of the top posts broke, or I say broke, they're cracked. They're still holding up, blinds up. You can see none of the other poles are broke. No side panels, none of the other roof supports. I've got a couple little pin holes, a couple of holes I can stick my fingers through. But this was the side that was pinned down to the ground by the tree. Hey, I can't complain about that. If I was going to hunt this afternoon, being on the ground or whatever, I'd set it up and just go again. Great blinds, tough, heavy duty fabric. It's the Baronet blinds, Ox 5, heavy duty zippers. If you're looking for a great blind, there it is. After it been through that, and see it looks like that. Yeah. It's one of the best on the market, in my opinion, to hold up through that. Go check them out. It was a good, productive day. We got the ground blind, made sure it was good. We got it out. Got a stand out of the tree that could have been pretty bad. Got one stand, I don't know. Just gonna have to come over here one day and spend some time just trying to get in there to that one. All in all, if I just lose one stand out of this, I'm not gonna be mad at all. It was lost a lot more than what I have. That's for sure.
Had a guy invite me to go hunt a piece of property they call a tree farm. The gentleman raises trees or grows trees to sell, and he has a lot of deer on it. Well, they damage his trees, especially the bucks rubbing on them and stuff. And he tries to protect them the best he can, but this gentleman offered me a morning hunt to come over there and hunt. So I jumped on it.
With the hurricane coming through a little over a month ago, you know, a lot of people lost a lot. All over the area, losing homes, loved ones, losing, everything. A lot of people in our area, you know, power being out for a week to 10 days, lost a lot of their frozen foods and stuff, soup kitchens, places like that as well. So the gentleman that owns this property invites people to come and hunt on his property free of charge, which is great, to help manage the herd on his property. Basically, he wants you to shoot deer. To him, it doesn't matter what they are. He just needs the population to be thinned out. And then we also donate the meat. We're going to go over, I'm going over, there's a couple other guys that are going. This gentleman actually comes into the marker shop time to time. So, but he has invited us to come over and help him with the population of the deer on his property.
This segment is powered by Dark Energy. It was a little foggy this morning, coming down. Got a little bit of fog in here this morning, not much. I had a good wind hitting me in the face. Yeah, cut cornfield to my right, bedding area to my left. But the bad thing is, when the storm come through here a month or so ago, well over a month ago, it knocked down a bunch of trees. And I'll flip the camera around so you can see that here in just a second. It's really changed up how the deer are traveling. This morning it's just going to kind of be a observation set for a little bit and see how that goes. But it's going to be a great day. It's a little bit overcast. Starting to get some good camera light. We're going to see what today produces for us. Today we are meat hunting, so anything goes. We can get us a nice mature doe or buck or anything. I'm going to try to put some meat in the freezer. We'll get settled in and see what happens. Right. That's awesome. That is awesome. It's been a tough season. Storm has just absolutely demolished this property. We've been hunting pretty hard. That one was well deserved. Thank you, Lord. This is awesome. I'm gonna sit here for a little bit. That was pretty exciting. Had a nice little buck come in. Wasn't really expecting to see that this morning, but I was expecting to see a doe anyways. It's 13 yards from me when I shot, and I can see blood on the ground. Even the way that it went, I could see blood on the ground. I did hear it crash just over here in that direction, and my truck is in that direction, so it's probably not far from the truck, but we'll see. Man, this is awesome. I'm thankful and grateful that I'm able to do this. And it's just an awesome experience to be out in the woods and see the world come to life. Kind of puts me at peace. Lets me forget all of my troubles and stresses from normal days, working and whatnot. But this is awesome. We're gonna get on this blood trail. This is awesome. It's gonna be awesome. That deer wasn't 15 yards from me, so get over here. See if we can't find some blood right quick. Man, I can see it from the trees. So. Just got the load over. It really hurt the way the deer are traveling on this piece of property, but this is a piece that we just try to put some meat in the freezer, so break off. That is absolutely covered in blood. What's going on out there? You ain't gonna believe that. We've been dead for a little bit, the ants on him, but my truck is literally right here. I mean, it's no joke. Look. There's my truck. There's my deer. Oh my goodness. That's wild. That is freaking wild. Let's see what we got here. These little basket six. That's freaking awesome. I don't have to drag this thing that far, just slide it under the fence. Right here at the truck, get the sucker loaded up. This is awesome. Meat in the freezer, baby, meat in the freezer. It's been a struggle bus, and I'm happy to get this one on the ground. This is the meat farm. Over here we just take a few deer off of it every year, donate some meat to some people. So that's what we was doing today. Just come over here to clear my head, hopefully see some animals. And I was lucky enough to see this one this morning. He is a young one, little B6, but hey, he's gonna feed a few people. So that's what we're here to do. Especially with that hurricane that came through last month, a lot of people lost a lot of meat. I was one of those people that lost a lot of meat that I had in the freezer, but I'm fortunate enough to be able to go out and purchase some if I need to, or get out here and take some if I need to. There's a lot of people that's less fortunate than that, so this meat will be donated.
Study your ground. Design a plan. Plant your food. Green, grain, check. Deploy your cameras. Found him. He's a giant. Hang your stands. North wind, south wind, west wind. One over here too. Lock it down. Shoot your bow. Dial. Time to strike. Serious bow hunters rely on River's Edge. Designed for the year-long grind.
After taking him, I was like, okay, it's time to put April on the deer. You know, I've got one. The rest of the season is going to be 100% about her. Anytime she can go, I'm going to put her in the stand, try to get her on her first deer. We were lucky enough to see several deer while we were in the blind. A lot of them were just too far for her to shoot at with a crossbow. I had her kind of cut off at a 40-yard mark. And even hunting in a field, I think it was a little far for her, but she had been practicing. She was shooting great, and that was just going to be my main thing, was get her on her first deer no matter what. So if she was wanting to go, we were in the stand. Good morning. She's cold.
Good morning. Yeah, it's cold. So far, they're being stubborn, but it's part of deer hunting, I guess.
Yeah.
I'm learning.
Yeah, it is pretty chilly for South Carolina. It's 28, 29 degrees when we got out of the truck. You can see our breath. It's not often we get to hunt in these temperatures here. We're still on a mission to try to get April her first deer. We're sitting in a ground blind here on the backfield. It's a Baronet Ox 5. We're gonna hang out for a little bit and see what happens. That afternoon, we were going to another spot, and I had a gut feeling we needed to be where we went. We walked in, had to reposition that blind a little bit because of the way I had it set up. So we had to reposition it for her.
Good afternoon. It's about 4 p.m. We hunted this morning and didn't see anything, so we decided to move to a different location. And fingers are crossed that I get my first deer this afternoon.
Had a doe come in first, and she got so excited about seeing it. She got buck fever, had the shakes, the breathing hard, the big eyes and everything, and which was great. The doe was too far for her to shoot. It was 75, 80 yards out in the field. But I had her practicing aiming, tell her, I said, aim at it. You can't shoot that far, but aim at it. And while she was doing that, we were talking through different things. And she really wanted to shoot it, but Obviously being that far, she couldn't shoot it. And I just happened to turn and look at the fence row, and I was like, hey, there's another deer coming. Everything that I've been trying to do to get her on her first deer is fixing to happen.
Can you see it?
No.
Can you see it?
No. I can't see it.
Do you see the deer?
No.
Okay, you gotta move and find him.
Okay, I think I got him.
Pull the trigger. You shot in front of him. It's alright, that's alright, that's alright. It's alright. It's alright, babe.
And I stopped him just a little bit too soon. She made a great shot. The deer was about 30, 32 yards. She shot right in front of him, just a couple of feet, and he ran across the field, and she was devastated. She was ready to cry. I was too, to a degree. You know, I was heartbroken for her as well, but she's a trooper, and she continued to go after that.
It sucks to miss any time, whether it's your first or your 101st shot on an animal.
Fortunately, that's what happened tonight with me. I tripped and a shot.
The good thing about it is it's a clean miss.
Yeah.
So the animal's not wounded. It's still running around, following the doe that it followed in. So there's an opportunity to take that deer at a later time. Proud of you.
Yeah.
You held it together.
Proud of myself.
You got that buck fever.
Yeah.
But we're gonna get on down the road, get this light cut off in the truck so I can see a little better, and
We'll see you next time
yep.
again in the woods.
Yep. Stay safe.
So with the hurricane hitting, it was a kick in the gut. Made it hard to be on the property. A lot of trees are on the ground. A lot of trees are still hung up by other trees, so you don't know when they're going to fall. So it made it kind of unsafe to be there to a point in certain areas. So that made it kind of tough to be there and kind of not wanting to be on the property. And really not even wanting to go because you don't know if you're going to see any deer. You don't know what's going to happen. And then April wanting to go, it put a drive in me to make it happen for her. Because I could see that she was optimistic about wanting to learn and wanting to be a part of it. I just wish it would have been a different season because it would have been better for us without that storm hitting.
Obviously, this was a challenging season for Dale. The hurricane presented some significant challenges for hunting, but those pale in comparison to what so many people went through in that region. Our thoughts and prayers continue to go out those who are still trying to recover from that storm. We all want to harvest those big bucks, but sometimes they just aren't in the cards. But like all of us here at Working Class Hunter, Dale put aside his own ambitions to help his wife April. While she didn't harvest a deer, doesn't mean they weren't successes. We expect that April will learn from it and we'll be seeing her sitting behind her first deer next season.
Productive today. Hold on. Too many P's right there. A very productive day. Look. There's my truck. There's my deer.
She's cold.
We'll get on down the road. I'll see you on the next one.